Welcome to the Nerd Party.
I'm Darren Moser.
I'm Phillip Gilfus.
I'm Daniel Prue.
And this is City Alpha 3.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to SETI Alpha 3, a Star Trek podcast. I'm your host, Daniel Prue, and joining me, as always, I have Phillip Gilfus and Darren Moser. Guys, how are you doing?
April Fool's. I'm doing good.
Doing good. I'm ready to talk a little bit of Star Trek, like we always do. Always.
Each and every
forever.
week.
Including last week, right? Yeah, we didn't skip a beat. No, so give a listen to our last episode for maybe a little switch up than what you're used to hearing, but that's neither here nor there. That was last week, guys. Let's talk about something new.
Well, you say new.
Yeah.
It's like something new with the 50-year-old series of 700-something episodes.
Though to be sure, some of those 50-plus years are recent.
You know, so here's the thing. We go off on tangents. We've been podcasting together for years and years now. Years and years. I even remember. It's been like a zillion years at this point. So
were we ever that young?
Younger.
Now, what would our reboot JJ versions be?
Oh,
who even knows, man?
Dibs on Tristan playing my reboot.
I would love to recast us. That would be interesting. That would be kind of an interesting go. So, well, as you're already hearing, we like to kind of go off on tangents, and we get distracted quite easily. We kind of it's let's just say that we aren't super focused 99% of the time.
Well,
so,
a third of the time.
Oh, I see what you're doing there, Phillip. So we, on occasion, we'll have a spark of an idea that we will want to go down a little bit of a rabbit hole that
Wormhole.
We'll see. There you go, wormhole. We'll see it and we'll want to chase it, but we won't because, well, we have to keep the show under 2 hours. So, but one of these ideas that we had just recently, we talked about Hunger Games. Hunger Games came up in the middle of our podcast, and you know what? I thought there's something there. There is something there. I want to do a Star Trek Hunger Games episode. I got to tell you though,
We have to rename it.
This we do have to rename it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Replicator Games.
There's replicators everywhere. You're not going to be hungry. There'll be
Power,
something
energy.
else
What is there a finiteness of? We've gone through this before.
Money?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, Latinum.
No.
There's none of
Platinum
that.
games. Of course, that would be only on Ferenginar.
Yeah, that's called.
And we do not want to
Thursday.
see
What,
that.
what is Ferengi TV like, I wonder? Like, what are they? Is it like just game shows? Is it basically Price is Right? Is that what they watch?
all the time. Everything is a variation of Price is Right.
Yeah, I would say definitely.
A lot
Yeah.
of gambling shows, I imagine.
No.
Online.
Watching of stock tickers that's just scrolling along the screen. That's it.
It's just
There's a whole channel
CNBC
of
the
that.
whole time, or Ferengi.
Yeah.
That's
pretty-
what it is. That's
pretty
exactly
much.
what it is.
Yeah.
In fact, did we not get a glimpse
Is
of that? I feel
is
like
it like
we did,
Mad
but I
Money,
could be wrong.
but Ferengi?
So it's so you get the Grand Negus.
Don't
just
buy!
nasally yelling. Oh man, yeah.
I'm calling this one a
not
bunch
want
of ear spore slugs.
I would not. I don't think I would want to ever be on Ferenginar.
Well,
like
no.
for any
Well, it's
reason.
gonna be raining.
No.
It's gonna be rainy and soggy and wet. And anyways, okay.
And you have to pay for everything.
Back. That's the thing. They're gonna charge you to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and how is it? Well, that happens some places, both and on Earth. But anyway, how would you convert? Like, again, we've gone through this before. You're a Starfleet officer. You're like, for some bizarre reason, I'm taking my leave on Ferenginar. How do you get currency? Do you just replicate
Well, I
it?
think
You can't
we
do
figured
that.
out there's some sort of there's got to be like a bank of the Federation that's like the exchange bank, and it basically trades resources for local other.
Okay, but I only have
other
3
systems.
sheep, Darren. What can I trade with 3 sheep?
Not a lot,
To
I'm
be fair-
afraid. You're
To
gonna
be
need
fair, if there-
some wood and some bricks.
If there is any place in the Federation, or I guess in space, that you could use any currency, it's going to be Ferenginar. They're going to have exchange places on every freaking corner.
I have this ring of pure Sorax. It's got to be worth something.
Exactly. You would think that. So you know the famous scene in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Republic credits? Republic credits are no good here. We need something more real. There would be none of that.
Right. It's like, what is
There would be
real?
none of that. There's no currency that would not be good on Ferenginar.
No.
So you're saying they accept
would
everything?
accept anything. They would accept
I mean, the
everything.
exchange rate's going to suck no matter what.
They would try to take advantage of you if they haven't heard of your currency or they don't know the value of it. Like if you came down there and you're like, listen, I have $20. They'd be like, oh, sure, that's worth a toenail or one whatever. But they would definitely
that's a down
take it.
payment on a house. Really? Okay.
That's a teardrop of latinum, I believe that's worth. But yeah, well, it makes me wonder because in all the things we watch, and I know it's because of comic purposes, but gold is the only thing that ever seems to work. Like, like on the last Outpost, we're like, and this is a communicator. It's made out of titanium and gold, and like that's the only thing. But anyway.
Right. Except in the future where gold is worthless.
But it's like, is it so like the Ferengi are like the early 21st century of We Buy Gold? Like you just take all your old family antiques to Ferenginar and it's like...
Do you have worthless gold and you want to help us use it to suspend precious latinum in a liquid solution?
See, okay, but what was that? So that DS9 reference, that was one of those things where it's like, did you just ruin all of Star Trek by saying gold was useless? Like it's just the latinum. Well, then that doesn't make sense because you've been talking gold is worth something for the past 10 years.
I don't know. I thought it was a clever way to like subvert expectations, but whatever. It's a tiny line in one episode, and
I've burned houses down for more than that, Daniel.
So as I was saying about rabbit holes and being distracted, yes, you can see that this clearly happens all the time. But I wanted to talk about Star Trek Hunger Games. Question is, and this is the thing I've struggled with today when I was trying to build up to this. How is this going to be structured? Now, I have a few ideas, guys, and I want to hear your inputs. Tell me if you think which ones are good ideas, which ones are bad ideas. So I was thinking, it came to my mind, like, do a bracket style. Like, do we want to do it, like, by crew or by series? Or do we want to do it by division? Or do we want to do it by archetype? How would we, if we were to have, like, a Hunger Games-esque scenario where all of the characters from Star Trek are going to end up on this tiny island and, fight to be the best. What is the best way that we could do that? I kind of lean towards by crew or by ship, maybe, or I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I'd like the by ship because my first instinct would be by series, but that only limits you to like 6 or so series. And if you did it by crew, then technically you could have like the DS9 crew and the Defiant crew if you needed to stretch it out, if you needed more, But I think crew would be interesting. Maybe because it's pretty standard, like 2 per crew, but you could have like 1 brain and 1 brawn or something like that. Now we're kind of shifting more into Survivor, but
I'm going to assume for the sake of censors, not the scanning kind, but the what the content kind, that Hunger Games, it's more of a war game exercise. Phasers on stun. We're not actually gonna have to like kill everyone. And then I think you have to modify for technology because is the NX-01 gonna stand a chance against the Defiant? Probably not. But if you're just talking about the people, that'll be interesting because then technology is somewhat neutral. Because I think you're taking away technology for the most part. It's just going to be the island is littered with whatever. Like they don't come with their tricorder or phasers.
Yeah, it's an interest. So I guess we should establish right up front the goal. So what is the goal, and what are these people fighting
And
for?
it's Q.
So
is it Q or the Squire of Gothos?
So Q would clearly be the one to set this up. In fact, from my memory, it's been a while. I read the books and I've seen the movies, but essentially there is a game master in
Four quad
Hunger
lose
Games.
on the DS9 crew.
He can literally alter things real time. This would be cute. But so what we want to do, I guess we should determine the goal, like you said, Philip. Are we trying to see who's the smartest, the strongest? I like the idea of this is just kind of an all. I guess Hunger Games might be more physically oriented, but this could be, since it's Star Trek, have a combination where it's like there are physical challenges, but there's also an intellectual level to it where you kind of have to have a balance with those two things.
Right, and as soon as you said physical challenge, I then put every series cast into playing Double Dare against each other. And now I'm imagining Riker with the helmet, and then Data has to get something into the cup on top of the helmet, and anyway.
All right, I got a bracket generator up, so all we need is the number of people.
See, that's what. So I was thinking about this. This is what's tricky, because how do you distill one crew into what are we doing? 2 people per crew?
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like.
Can I? Well, okay. 3, I think is usually a little bit more. You can go 2 or 3. 2 is fine.
Well, and
we can do 3.
If we randomize it, we could do it where, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be paired up or whatever on the same team. I mean, we could do that, but it all depends how we want to do it. We could just supply the people, and then it automatically randomizes them into a bracket. That's one way.
Let's just say, just for sake of this conversation, that we're going to keep crews together.
Okay.
So we're going to find the best 2. I'm going to say 2.
Okay. I like that.
I'll just say 2 people per crew, and we're going to find the best pairing between all 2 crews, and we're going to see who comes out on top at the end of this conversation. And there's a series of physical and intellectual challenges that they have to overcome. So, okay, perfect. That's it, right? And you have three teams on the left, 3 teams on the right. We've got TOS, TNG, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, and Discovery. Okay.
So that's 12 people? Am I thinking that
12
right?
people.
Sorry, JJ.
So let's narrow. Sorry, JJ. Well, they're just the same people anyways.
Is it?
So, okay. Let's start by narrowing down the people. Now, this is going to be tough. I think this is going to be tough. And we'll start with... You know what? Let's really start a new trend. We'll start with Discovery, since that's the earliest that we go.
Ooh.
Who are we going to pick?
Chronologically.
Yeah, who are we going to pick from Discovery?
I was going to say you go with the captain, but there isn't one. Well, you could Lorca. Okay. All right,
You could Lorca, and Lorca would be a compelling argument, I think.
Oh, yeah, you would.
Okay. Because this was going to be my suggestion. Go with a captain and then a random. Like, in other words...
So a high level and then a low level.
It's going to be hard to not pick the captain, I think. So maybe I agree with you, Philip. Maybe we should just start with the captain and then pick
random.
Like the
I almost want to random like a button because I feel like we'd all pick different. Like I want to like do boom.
No, we can do this. We can vote.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go Lorca.
Oh, I know. For comic effect, this would be my suggestion: Lorca and Stamets.
I wouldn't disagree. I actually would think they would make a good.
I hate to just have 2 guys, but I just think because since they don't normally work well together, it'd be interesting to see them working together.
I could see that working. Do you have any a dissenting opinion, Darren?
No, I think that would work fine.
And of course, this is like from mid first season Discovery. I guess we have to be specific, but
right,
they're plucked out of that timeline.
Clearly, yeah. But obviously, Lorca has the tenacity. He has the win attitude. Like, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Yeah, I could see it working. It's not the obvious Lorca-Michael pairing, but I think it works.
I mean, I'm sorry. Michael is the main character of Discovery, but nevertheless, that's what we chose. We're going with it.
All right, cool. Enterprise is next. So obviously we have Archer, and who best complements him?
Porthos. Oh no. Well, I chose the last one, so I'll be quiet this time.
I don't know. I mean,
I think you have to have. Well, I mean, Trip is kind of the like go-to, like everyman. Like I would want him on my team.
But Hoshi might be
maybe
a more interesting.
What about Trip and Phlox?
No, we're picking the captain and another crew member.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. Then Archer and Phlox.
Okay.
I think as far as getting like an interesting dynamic, and actually Phlox is kind of like pull a rabbit out of his hat kind of guy. Like you never know when
Low
he's gonna come
physical
up with
threat,
something.
but he has other skills.
Yeah.
I feel like I agree he is low physical threat, but I do feel like he could pull something out.
What else blows up? That's what we want to know.
He could pufferfish his way out of a situation. You know what I mean? So.
Or
Okay.
And
I'm
remind
cool
me,
with that.
so are our people ever fighting against each other, or they're just always as a
well, that might be round 2, but this is round 1 so far.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm right now we're talking about who is going to enter the it's like the two people. So we're taking teams right now at this point. So we're determining the teams that go into the arena. So TOS is the next one, and I mean, I feel like this is the easiest one. This is kind of a gimme.
Nurse Chapel and Uhura.
Yeah. I mean, is anybody going to argue against Kirk and Spock? I mean,
Well, no one's going to argue, but is that the most interesting?
If you want to be the most, predictable.
I'm talking about
because we picked unlikely
the best
pairings.
chance to win this scenario. We're talking about the best crew to win this hypothetical Hunger Games. And I don't know that there's a better pairing. I don't know that Kirk would pair better with
when
anybody else.
it is like the first pairing, like
yeah.
Yeah, I think I can't really come up with a good reason not to do that.
Yeah.
Other than it's super obvious.
Do you have a better one, Philip?
Well,
We're going to put them in the 1930s Earth, so to have a little bit of a handicap.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'll pick my battle. I won't let this be my last battlefield.
So okay, that's fair. So next is TNG, and
Did Picard and Data with him if you're going that route, but I don't.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
that, but is there what else do you guys think? Do you have other
We
opinions?
have no women so far, guys. I'm just going to point that out to you.
Yeah, well, yeah. But what do you guys think? What about TNG?
Oh, what if we changed? Okay, what if we changed Lorca Stamets to Lorca Georgiou? Dual captains, and
That's-
and we're gonna go with like this could actually be Prime Lorca, who's like awesome
Well,
and still really
we don't know. No,
capable,
we've never
but-
seen Prime Lorca. That would be my argument. He's
that's
not an
true.
I would argue
unscreening.
that.
He's non-canon. So many problems, Darren.
I would be okay with switching Stamets out for Giorgio.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go with it.
Definitely.
Not Mara Giorgio, folks. Prime.
No, real. But to be fair, it is mirror Lorca.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's unscreen.
Gets
Who
a
we
woman
like.
on our team, and it also like they like that's actually a power group right there.
Yeah.
Like I'd actually be very
We've plucked
afraid of
them
that.
from the Battle of the Binary Star. Yeah, timeline.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So there we go. We've retroactively diversified a little bit.
Actually, can't be that because that might still have been Prime. But never mind. Go ahead.
But all right, TNG. So we have Picard.
Data. I mean, if that's what.
I mean, how do you not pick Data? Like, what would your argument be against not picking Data? Like, that would be tough. And if you don't pick Data, he's gonna get really upset at you.
Okay, let's go.
Uh,
I no longer want these emotions.
Okay, it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
we'll keep moving. We'll
yep.
keep moving.
Okay.
Next up, Deep Space
Cisco
Nine.
Dax.
All right, I'm gonna.
Cisco's not a captain, so
He
I'm
has
just-
yeah. Cisco Dax.
Yeah, I'd say Cisco
Yeah,
Dax as well.
Yeah.
Some of these are pretty obvious. Actually, okay, that's fine. Let's move past.
Or
Deep
what
Space
about
Nine.
what about Cisco Worf?
Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
What about Cisco Garrick? So you have Cisco, right, who's a warrior type character, but you have Garrick, who is a rogue. You never know. You never know what he's. No, I would still pick Cisco
Okay.
Dax. for sure.
Valiant try there, Daniel. Okay, go ahead.
I was just trying to spice up the
We're not.
conversation.
Let's get into
I
it.
actually-
Let's go.
I am interested in this next one. I don't.
Jeez.
So Voyager.
Uh,
I don't. I don't know who.
Janeway. I mean, yeah, I think it's pretty open. I don't think it should be Chakotay. I'm just saying that already.
I would say
Torch.
Tuvok.
Ooh, Tuvok. Okay, no, I go with that. Okay, I can see that.
I mean, Tuvok's pretty, and they have a history.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
I'd say, yeah.
Janeway, Tuvok.
Okay. So we have our teams now. We have
Player ready, player one.
So we have Georgiou and Lorca
Mm-hmm.
with Kirk and Spock,
Mm-hmm.
Picard and Data, Cisco and Dax.
Jadzia, in case we have to say it.
Yes, I jumped over Archer and Phlox.
Right.
And we have Janeway and Tuvok.
Right.
So
I think it's interesting we didn't go with 7. I'm just for as a note.
I'm glad we didn't go with 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So these characters jump into this hypothetical Hunger Games scenario.
Gateway slow motion style.
Now, do we want to do this bracket style? Or do we want to just do this? Because it's kind of tough to come up with just an emergent winner out of 6 people. Should we break them up into 2 on 2 on 2 on 2? Or
I think
should
we have
just try
to, just for the sake of logistics, do 2 on 2 on 2.
Okay. Does anybody have a random number generator?
Darren,
up?
I'm sure does.
No, that sounds like something Darren would have. Darren.
Oh, we just need to randomly decide who
pairs on pairs.
We need pairs. We
1
need
through 6,
1 through 6,
and then give us a number between 1 through 6.
Got it. Random.
And this is the now prime chronological order. So it's Discovery through Voyager.
Group random pair. Here we go. Now, while I'm looking that up, I think you guys need to finish what we're calling this because that is really important.
Replicator Games.
What are those? The food cube games? Like when in TOS when they had those cubes. What the hell? What episode was that? I can't remember. Anyways, Kirk had a turkey sandwich delivered to him too in one episode. I can't remember what that was. Anyways, dead replicated bird meat. That's what it's going to be called.
All right. Okay, the first number is 4. So we're gonna pair
TNG.
Lorca Georgiou
Well,
versus
the first episode then is
Picard.
1.
Picard and Data.
Okay.
All right, guys, we have to leave our biases behind.
That's fine. I could do this.
We have to try to take this objectively.
So, I mean, so are we just doing this physical and mental, or are we thinking of some sort of like a random episode or problem, like which one would solve it better, or what are we doing?
I'm thinking specifically of the Hunger Games situation. So you're on an island.
Right.
But I mean, that's not. It doesn't actually have to take place on an island. But you are dropped into a situation with nothing, and you have to overcome the other. You have to defeat the other people at all costs.
Now, of course, the problem is Lorca will kill them.
Yeah, well, we could. Yeah, you take aside the entire morality of the situation, but you have.
No, I'm just saying, Lorca will kill them. I mean, he's not playing with. We'll trap them. We'll he'll be like, whoops, sorry, it happened.
Let's say that you're on, an island that's a circle. You drop into the center.
Does it resemble a watch of some sort?
It could. It could. There are some items in the center. You rush towards them or you run away. It's part of the strategy. But basically, these 2 characters versus these 2 characters, you defeat the other ones or you lose. Who do we think is going to win? And more importantly, why?
So, well, I mean, Picard's going to be slower. I mean, he's out of all 3 of these. I mean, Data's not super fast, but,
He would be the fastest.
Well,
even when he's drunk,
no, you're right.
He can pull all those. He can pull all those things.
No, I was trying to think of how fast he is because I was trying to remember the episode. I think it's with Descent, where they're asking how fast could Data have moved, and I think they're saying Data's fast, but the Borg was slow. That's why they're saying they didn't have to cover that much ground. Um, Data's going at Saru speed.
It's kind of an unfair advantage to have
Yeah.
Data, but
Well, unless they somehow know. I mean, because how are they going to find out who they're fighting? So, like, are they going to? Is Lorca and Giorgio know they're going to fighting an android and then try and use that to their advantage to, short them out with?
Well, although would they know what an android is?
They know what an android.
I mean, you know what an android is, and you're like 200 years before them.
That is true.
So, I mean, you build androids, and you're way before them. So
No, I think that the Giorgio's fighting style may not help her with Data unless she's going to like kick his head off or something.
She could. I bet she could beat hand to hand. She could probably beat.
Well,
Picard.
yeah, I think both of them could. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Even movie Picard, I think.
It's tough, man. It's really tough to overcome the Data problem. Like, Data is so super powerful
mentally and everything, and
in every
I
way.
mean, unless
I
they
don't know how you
technologically take him out, that's the only way.
but what
to
could they
really do
possibly
it.
take out Picard first? And so then it's just the two of them against Data. Because even if Data has to take care, and I don't know how we're defining that, the both of them, or can two of them take care of them? You know what I'm saying? Do we think Picard would be able to last?
Okay, so what I think would happen would, if I was writing this scenario, they would come up against each other in an initial conflict, and it would be...
We should not fight each other!
Yeah, exactly. It would be kind of Picard doing this whole sort of thing.
Sorry, Captain. I don't work for you.
And then Lorca would take advantage and do something sneaky and underhanded, which would be enough to surprise them, but not enough to overcome Data. So I think...
But then I think they would go to their corners then. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I could see that, yeah. And then Giorgio's like, oh, crap, what'd you do to me, Lorca? So then she has to try to defend them and then, basically drags his happy butt after getting knocked out by Data to the shrubs. And,
I don't know. What do you think, Darren?
I mean, like you said, putting our biases aside, Giorgio and Lorca is a pretty dynamic duo.
What if they use contractions against him?
Yeah. You get him stuck in a program loop, or Lore shows up for no reason.
That would definitely switch things up.
Right now, I'm imagining the pokey music going on. Chicka, 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 chicka. Lorca totally uses
uses Sunnian guilt.
All right, guys. So we've got a vote.
I'm gonna guess Data somehow pulls it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think
sorry, Lorca.
But
androids are hard to beat.
I think this one would take a while. This would take a long while. This isn't going to be over in 10 seconds or something. This is going to be worth the pay-per-view.
I could see Lorca and Giorgio coming up with some very resourceful ways to stay in it for a long time. Yeah. But sorry, guys, you only have one season.
Well,
so
until Lorca decides that Giorgio's pulling him back and kills her, and then
I can't see that happening at all.
All right, Darren, who is round
all right,
two?
next we have Kirk and Spock versus Janeway and Tuvok.
ooh, Vulcan on Vulcan.
Very interesting. This is actually a really kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, friends, Vulcans, lend me your ears.
Oh,
don't
really?
be racist.
Really? Jeez.
I actually don't have a preference one way or the other for this one, so I don't.
This one's a little more like balanced in that
Yeah.
regard. Like,
Yeah. Because you want to say that Kirk's going to be scrappier, but then Janeway certainly handled herself with the virus, macroviruses. So it's not like she can't kick butt if needs to be.
Well, and Tuvok would be a better. I mean, physically would be a better asset in this contest than
he's
Spock would
older
be.
than Spock, isn't he?
And he's
I get
fully
the feeling
Vulcan.
He is.
I don't know if he's I don't know
I
if
think he
he's
is.
older.
He is older. He was on the Excelsior, for goodness sakes.
Oh yeah, you're right. He probably is older. Yeah. Well, and he's fully Vulcan, and he is security. That's his job. Like, he's trained to fight.
I mean,
Spock.
Spock uses eyebrow. It's ineffective.
Totally ineffective.
Spock's a nerd halfling, and Tuvok is like full,
Nerd.
Full going at
Honestly,
it. So,
I have to kind of give the edge in the Vulcans to Tuvok. Like,
But I mean, Spock is squirrely with the half human. It's not logic is not the end; it is but the beginning.
that's true. Spock could use some random tactic that
Yes.
Tuvok wouldn't expect.
Janeway would see it coming, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Jane.
That's what makes them a good pair.
I kind of lean towards Janeway and Tuvok.
Can we say tie?
Surprisingly.
Is
No,
that-
we
is
can't
it
say
It's
the
a
tie.
Canadian
bracket.
win?
You can't give ties. No, we can't do a tie in a one-off bracket.
The thing is, like, I mean, of course, how much can we talk about Kirk and Spock and how great of a pair they are? Like, obviously, that's obvious, and they're amazing.
Because Janeway's science
But-
too, so Kirk can do fighting, but I assume they're going to try to avoid that. I mean, if they go just straight up one-on-one.
What about this?
Is he
What
gonna?
if we?
Is he going to attack Janeway though?
I think our issue is that we have great teams, but we're trying to find some random scenario, but we don't really define the scenario. What if we picked an episode that wasn't from either of their series and basically
Yes.
put them in that situation?
That's what I was saying earlier.
So it can't be
What
a
if-
TOS or a Voyager episode. So it could be like they're stuck in
The Catamaran DS9.
yeah, or I was gonna say the Barian sweep of Next Gen. Like they're in that episode and they have to
Starship
solve it.
Mine.
Who do we? Starship Mine. Like who would? I feel like that gives it a framing because otherwise it's just super conjecture.
Well, what I was thinking
Janeway would be a good
was
mom.
essentially that they would be, if you wanted to do that, they're kind of already in an arena.
Okay.
So if you take- Just like the episode does, if you just take these characters and beam them down to a planet and say, fight to the death or die, essentially.
Right.
That's the kind of context I mean, that's what Hunger Games
but
is.
Janeway's going to be
basically
much
anyways.
quicker to figure out that you can use all these random minerals to make a bazooka.
Right. Even though Kirk is
yeah,
the
I would-
one
I would
who
shout
does
Even though
do
Kirk
that.
somehow managed to do it, unbelievable. But yes.
I think it's tough to
Just give me a
overcome
week,
the-
Spock. I'll have a fissionable warhead. Just
He didn't even do
90 days.
Like, if this was TNG, would have been like, if I remember my freshman physical science correctly.
Yeah. What to do when you're in a base society planet.
This bamboo shot can be a bazooka. Yeah.
I'm kind of leaning towards
I'm
Janeway.
gonna
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think they
make
are
fans
too, yeah.
angry and vote Janeway Tuvok.
Yeah. Which is very. So this is like if we're
I
doing.
mean, it's not a
Sweet
popularity
16
contest, guys. It's not. It's all
Exactly.
about who would win in our hypothetical arena. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
All right. So round 2. We
No.
ha-
Whoa. We're missing one, Darren. We're missing a matchup here.
No, but they fight the winners. That's how brackets go.
No,
So-
we still got three.
No,
we got one more left. Yeah.
We have one more still. You missed one. We have
no.
Archer and Phlox.
Yeah, but you can't do 6. I got the grid. So basically, those winners play the winners from the first round, and then it parries down.
They should be on the other side.
Yeah, but you can't do 6 in pairs of 2 like that. Like if you have them on the other side, and then one team wins, but then now you have 3 teams. How do you have?
Well,
them
let's
go
We have
against
wild
each other?
let's keep
cards.
going. We'll keep going, and then we'll throw in
JJ.
a bonus team or
Animation.
a free for all. And no, we're not doing an animation one. We'll determine that, but we don't want to like short. It's kind of unfair to send one of these teams.
Have a
towards-
bye weekend.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
So you want to see Archer and Phlox versus Cisco? Okay, I'm gonna redraw the map.
Oh
Make
wow,
it-
guys! They're not listeners. He's not happy about it.
he is.
Okay, no,
very
that's
passionate.
fine. Okay, so Archer Phlox versus Cisco Dax are
Oh,
beamed
man.
into our arena.
That's a
Um,
rough. That's a rough match.
I don't.
yeah. I mean, like, I feel like we should talk through this, but we're all going Cisco Dax automatically.
Yeah. I would honestly, and we may come up against this here in the future. I think Cisco has a real advantage in this scenario in general, just because of how
fighter.
Tenacious he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have all the science and experience.
It's
of that.
real.
And then you have Dax, of course. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. And sorry,
It's
like
baseball
Archer's
physique.
Archer's such kind of a wet blanket. Like I like Archer,
Well,
I
but
mean,
his
Cisco,
he's a tactician, so is Cisco. I mean, so given fighting the Zindi War or the whatever Romulan War versus the Dominion
Right.
War, I think I know which one was harder.
yeah.
And then diplomats, they're both diplomats, but this isn't a diplomatic thing. I mean, if they could talk their way out of it, this would be something different. But this is more just so.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's going to be Cisco and Dax for sure.
Yeah. Sorry.
There you go, Darren. Did you redraw yet? Or have you
Yeah,
determined-
it's we're a little off the page, but I think we'll be okay.
All right, so now we all have round 2. Fight.
So how do we this one? Do we want to do a free for all sort of thing, or should we throw?
No, I think we got to do winner chicken dinner.
Well, there's 3 winners. This is the
There's
problem.
3 teams right now.
This
That's
is
the
why you follow Darren's bracket plan.
problem. So we have to account for this in some way.
Well, we could throw in
We
a
can
JJ.
we could come up with the best B team, possibly. Like of all the series, what has the best secondary
Or
team
movies.
that doesn't have the characters that we used?
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, if like I guess Jordy and Beverly were an awesome team. They're not, but if they were, we could use them.
What you could do is
Quark and Odo.
Odo would be.
you could
there.
do
You could
Odo and Garrick.
You could do Odo and I would be okay with Odo and Garrick.
Because you said Garrick earlier.
All right.
That's why I picked that. And Odo has he's off the scale in a lot of things. He's unpredictable.
So who are we put? Okay, then I'd say we do Odo and Garrick versus Picard and Data. That's
fine.
That's the only way it'd be fair.
That works. Okay, so Picard and Data versus Odo and Garrick.
Now this is interesting.
Yeah.
This is interesting because
Well,
Picard
the other option
wants to-
would be putting him against Janeway and Tuvok, and that's not really a Changeling versus Android is the only thing that makes it like a semi-fair fight.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: Picard would want to play by the rules the whole time.
What
Which
rules
is
are
the
there?
opposite of Garrick.
I just feel like he would try to
Prime
have the high
directive,
ground.
the Federation rules. He sleeps with that
just
manual
don't
under
think-
his pillow.
Picard would not play dirty.
Yeah, well, again, Garrick
Right.
would kill them.
That's the thing. Garrick would very, very much play dirty, and Odo is more fluid.
Garrick would give Picard a ultimatum on paper, and then Picard would be like, "It's a fake," and then he'd blow up because the paper was a bomb.
but the thing is, again, this comes down to what we said in round 1. If they take out Picard, how are they taking out Data?
Odo can totally take out Data.
Odo versus Data would be interesting, and that would be a fan debate. They could at least neutralize each other, I think.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they're gonna tie Daniel? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. This is tough. This is actually really tough. This is a tough.
Because again, neutralize Data. Again, I don't know.
Okay,
It's on the
what
island. Is Data
what
gonna be able to
about
find a way
this?
to
Okay.
contain Odo? Literally.
How about this? We're gonna shake it up, and at
It's
the
round
end,
2.
we could
right?
say Odo and Data cancel each other out, so we end up with a new pairing of Picard and Garrick moving on to the next round.
Oh,
so we want to do just
I like
singles
this. I
beyond
like
No,
this.
no, we'll still do pairs. It's just this will be a new pair that goes up against whoever wins Cisco Dax / Janeway Tuvok, but they're gonna have a cancel out as well.
I like it. It's it's outside
so-
the box. I'll go with it.
It's just
So this is like how vice presidents used to be elected.
Yeah, let's just go with it because they're gonna
All
work
right,
bizarrely,
that's cool.
weirdly. So yeah, okay.
That's cool. Yeah, that will make it more
Look,
interesting.
the
All right,
brackets in the
I'm-
future are slightly different than.
Well, then I know what's gonna happen for the next one. But go ahead and tell me what's the next one.
Okay, so now we have Cisco and Dax having beat Archer and Phlox, are going to go against Janeway and Tuvok. Again, this is a much more balanced, but we're going to make a new team.
Janeway.
So
Do the science people knock each other out?
I would think so.
So it's Cisco and Janeway?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a power
gonna be
team.
a hard one. I mean, do
That
you
would
agree?
be really
I mean, I just want
cool.
to automatically.
Yeah,
that was just my first thought.
I think so.
Because
Yeah,
I mean, I would love to see a
Dax
Cisco
use
Janeway team.
regeneration powers and come back after taking.
yeah, I
out
mean, because
Tuvok.
Tuvok actually is not science. I mean, that's I'd point that out. So
He doesn't wear blue.
Yeah.
Daniel, he doesn't wear blue.
Yeah.
No, he does not.
All right.
All right, so that leaves us with Kirk and Spock versus.
No, Kirk and Spock have been gone since the
Oh,
first
you're right.
round.
I'm sorry.
So it's okay. We have Picard and Garrick versus Cisco and Janeway. I think
Wow.
Picard has a little bit of a handicap, or does he?
remember me, Cisco. I am Locutus of Borg.
Oh,
And then
man,
Garrick
what
just slaps Cisco because actually Garrick knows Cisco. Like Garrick could actually.
That's true.
defeat
Unfair
him.
advantage.
And I hadn't thought about the fact that psychologically Picard gets under at least early Cisco's skin. Like
yeah,
early
but this is
first half of
Captain
the
Cisco,
pilot.
so he's going to be a
But,
little mature.
That's true.
I mean, I'm
that's
not negating it, Darren, but I'm saying
And
I
Jane,
killed your wife.
I don't know. I think I killed your wife.
But then, do you want an angry Ben
Wow.
Cisco against
no,
you?
no. It's not Picard saying that. It's Garrick. Like in their first meeting, he's like, he killed your wife. He just throws it out. On the table.
Betrays his partner immediately. Bargains to join Cisco's team, and
This is tough. I don't.
because
I
it's
mean,
Janeway
Garrick-
versus Picard. Can you imagine?
Well, is this going to be another? Now, here's the question: is this the final wind pair, or is it have to be only one at the end of the day? So
Like
I think it
Highlander.
has to be only one.
No, I think what it has to be
So-
is
Oh,
a
I
pair.
see. So we go down. So we'll go down one.
Yeah,
more
we gotta do a
level at this
pair.
point?
But here's the question:
Alright.
are we breaking up these pairs, or is it if the pair wins, they have to fight each other?
No, only one from each side.
This
can
is
win.
what I'm
Okay,
thinking,
so-
guys. If
So it's
I'm
another,
honest,
it's another breakup.
Picard, Janeway cancel each other out.
So Cisco
Yes,
Garrick.
yes.
You are suggesting a Cisco Garrick? final
Yes.
that's very surprising to me, Philip.
Well, I'm just saying Janeway and Picard both have similar strengths. I mean, Picard's better.
I mean,
All right,
it's,
let's
it's
think
hard
about
because
this.
you could almost coin flip it and say that Cisco Garrick cancel each other out in that way, and it's a Picard Janeway fight.
And I think that's potentially more interesting because obviously we've already seen Cisco and Garrick do their own sort of thing on screen.
Well, we haven't seen an
I-
unleash Garrick against Cisco. Not like how he was with like
We've seen
Miles
Cisco
O'Brien.
slap Garrick.
Yeah, but that's
over
because
the
he.
table.
Yeah, but he was letting him do that. Let's be honest.
I don't know. He didn't look really prepared in that moment, but I know what you mean.
Because he was being simple Taylor.
He did have a witty retort ready, but I mean, who doesn't?
Go
You
ahead,
know.
Captain. Keep slapping me around if it makes you feel better.
I got the job done. I don't know. It's hard. It almost feels like a like a coin. Okay, let's look at it this way. If they both have the potential to cancel each other out, then is their partner able to make one side?
Is this like
win
tag
over the
team
other?
wrestling?
Well, I'm just
Well,
saying.
who would take advantage? I mean,
I'm just
I
saying
would say
if Cisco
Garrick.
and Garrick were
I just don't-
combating and
with
canceling,
Picard-
would Janeway tip the scale?
Well, I think Cisco and Janeway
So-
would work together better than Picard and Garrick.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Garrick
Oh,
would have
yeah.
no problem using Picard
Yeah.
until he could sort of, backstab him or eliminate him.
That's true. You have two captains, and you have Captain and Garrick.
Yeah.
Is how we basically ended up.
But say it was literally cutthroat, right? And it was win or be eliminated.
Well, it's
I
it's
think
like
Picard
Hunger
has
Games,
the-
where they kind of change the rules at the end of like, no, there's going to be two
Right.
winners or whatever.
Exactly.
Right.
Imagine. Okay, here's the scenario.
Just kidding. Now you have to kill each other.
Exactly.
Janeway and Cisco, they get to the end of whatever round they're in with whoever they're in, and they defeat them, right? Yay! And they're super happy that they're victorious. And then all of a sudden, over the loudspeaker, it says, "No, bonus round. You have to defeat the next person." So you have that moment where they look at each other, and and size each other up, and then who wins that battle? Who?
So you're saying we need to break up the teams and then have a final two? So have the
I don't know.
No, I see what you're saying. You're saying instead of having cancel out between the two sides, you're saying have the teams split up into one, and then those two teams fight each other.
So basically, you're saying Picard versus Garrick.
Yeah, and
what's
Cisco
more
versus
interesting?
Janeway.
What do you guys think? Which one would you rather?
I'm
see?
saying it's going to be Cisco Garrick at the end, folks. I think you just gotta get there.
I would definitely pay a lot of money to watch that. I
How
think
many
it would
quatloos?
be-
How many slips? Are we talking bars at this point?
What do you think, Darren? Do you have any problem with that being our final pairing?
With Cisco and Garrick?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. I think the only way it would really work is if Cisco and Garrick kind of cancel each other in the last round. That would be Janeway and Picard. Gosh, it's so tricky because
Look, I don't want to press hard. If you guys think Garrick and Cisco would cancel each other out, and you want a Picard Janeway final, I'm not going to fight you.
it's just hard to think because you start to. I guess my only wavering question is, even with the canceling out, you're ending up with a captain and Garrick. Like I'm trying to feel like, why wouldn't it be two captains at this point? Like when they're all at their A game.
Sometimes you just got to face the facts that poor simple Taylor.
I mean, he is
Well,
Garrick.
yeah,
like I'm not denying that.
Captains aren't by necessity of rank the best characters.
I think
So,
all of
I don't
Star
know.
Trek would disagree with you, but yes, no. Okay, Cisco Garrick.
So who wins?
I think Cisco in the
I
end.
can live with it.
It's-
I can live with it.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be another long one. You know, like we did with one of our first rounders. I think it's going to be a long one. I think in the end, Cisco will persevere. You know, it'll be one of those ones where like they're both bleeding. You know, bloody noses and everything, and you know, Cisco has some sort of big old gash or something. But at the end, you know, he does something that outsmarts Garrick.
Like
I
at the
could
end,
do this all day.
he stole like he kept Janeway's extra phaser, and
That
Garrick
she
doesn't
built out of
realize
bamboo.
It. So he thinks that he's been disarmed, and then he's like, "Aha!" Like at the end when Janeway's dying or whatever, you know, she's like, "Take this." Cisco.
Yeah, that's the thing. Cisco has taken everything from all of the people because he works with them, whereas Garrick's only been out for himself. So he has, like, you know, Jadzia's tricorder made out of, I don't know, animal skins and stone knives. And
So
I'm just trying to picture
of course,
that.
of course, Cisco. It's a brutal fight. It's a long, brutal fight. Cisco finally pierces his stomach or his side or something like
Garrick's
that.
like, I'm willing to do the things you're not willing to do, Captain. He's like, that might be so, but it's something you're not willing to do.
I want Garrick to have an epic death speech.
Oh,
like
of course.
I just
No, he
you know,
just
you
flat
can't
out
just, like-
dies, and then you hear a little chirp from like his pocket, and you push a button, and it's like a pre-recorded death speech that he had ready. It's like, Captain,
Wait,
if
is
you're
it like
listening
the
to this-
Joker in the '89 or Batman or whatever? He just has like the thing going off in his pocket.
Yeah, exactly.
So you think you've killed me, Captain? Huh?
It's like, but little did you know that this entire station is rigged to blow.
No, it's been revealed Garrick's been the one in control of it the entire time.
He's Jigsaw Garrick.
You've been in the holosuite the entire time I drugged you, Cisco, to see how powerful the Federation really was.
I do agree. I do think Cisco makes the most sense to come out on top. And Garrick to be right behind him, you know, with some sort of clever way that, you know, Cisco being Cisco going Cisco.
I mean, the only way Garrick could win is if it's as if they're like, oh, we both won, and then it seems like the game's over, and then Garrick stabs him in the back. Like, that's the only
Yeah.
way Garrick could win.
yeah.
But Cisco's always going to be wary of him.
That is true.
Cisco's he's no fool. He would definitely see
You
it
can
coming.
Garrick me
Especially if we're
once,
post,
fool on me.
Yeah, especially if we're post,
And we are.
Pale Moonlight,
I think.
which we are.
It's really interesting that I mean, I feel pretty strongly that Cisco would definitely come out on top here.
Yeah.
We talk all the time about how we're all TNG fans, but
Yeah, Cisco.
Call a Cisco for a
Yeah.
Cisco. He's gonna do what he does.
He's
and
a
come out on
warrior.
top, so.
I mean, yes, we had 7 seasons of Deep Space Nine as we did TNG, but I feel, I mean, I don't have the numbers up, but I feel like there were more Cisco episodes than there were Picard episodes as far as like depth of. I mean, because from the pilot, they make it clear that he's a major part of like the religion of Bajor.
Are you saying at some
and all of
point
this
he
stuff.
uses prophets on Garrick?
Oh, use prophet power.
He does not get his profit.
I can
powers,
see it now.
so.
Yep. He's bleeding, and Garrick's giving the victory speech, and then suddenly everything goes white. And you've seen all the people that have been, taking place in this whole bracket now, talking to the Cisco.
I thought we were saying that the last fight was going to happen in the fire caves, and Cisco was just going to grab him and jump into the fire.
They both
That's
die.
His finishing move.
It's a tie. Really?
No, he doesn't. They both don't die because he ascends to be a prophet, and Garrick is dead.
That's funny. Well, what an interesting kind of idea, and I'm glad that we kind of worked through that together because it took some twists and turns that I wasn't expecting, and interesting to see Cisco come out on top. I'm sure that our listeners will have some input for that one. Let us know what you think and who you think would win, or even give us your whole bracket. That would be interesting.
I think if we did another one of these, I think it would be better, or it'd be a different change to do, like Phillip was saying, like all secondary characters, like Nurse Ogawa and Morn. I mean, we're talking they have to have no more than 5 episodes to their name or something like
Suitor.
that.
Well, you could get some Ensign Row action.
Maybe.
Ensign Row.
Yeah, you get.
What's the lady from Enterprise?
Paul. She was a major character, Daniel. I don't know.
Stop it.
Yeah, about the one who
Crewman
hates the
Cutler.
Doctor. Yeah,
Cutler. You could put Robo Lady from Discovery.
We really need to learn her name. Lieutenant Commander or something.
That's
You could put
I
the
like that
CMO of Discovery.
Is it just like Peanuts? You just hear wah 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 wah.
Oh yes, Mr.
It's just a
CMO.
shot from the shoulder. You just get white lab coat.
and then the people say yes, sir, or madam. They walk off.
Doctor, it's doctor, please.
Yes.
Or is it like Wilson from Home Improvement? You just see the.
You never see. You see the coat. You never see the face.
Well, so
And there's a
there you go,
strategic
listeners.
pad or something always in shot that just blocked.
Always
out.
handing them like a cup of coffee or.
Yeah. Why are you
There you
handing me
go,
a cup of
listeners.
coffee at eye level?
Keep an eye out for or an ear out for Star Trek Hunger Games B Team, which will come out at some point in the future. But you know what? That's actually not what we're doing next week. Philip, what are we doing next week?
Did last week.
Hang on.
Sure.
Is it me?
Cut.
Is it me?
But you know what, Darren? That is not what we're doing next week. What are we doing next week?
Hunger Games BT.
No, wait a minute.
No, you can't take my thing.
No, we'll do
C Team. They had to have one episode appearance.
nobody. A, B.
Your character's name can never have been uttered on screen, and then you get to be a part of C Team.
It's like what that random ensign who like.
If they had a speaking
grabs his
part, it
face.
doesn't count.
Oh, he's the one that
Lieutenant
is killed
J.
in the nebula, where he like grabs his face and like shakes it as he dies.
Oh yeah.
Next week we will be talking about Star Trek.
Which one?
In general, somehow, some way.
Nice. Okay, that works. And Darren, if people want to get a hold of you and say, "Hey, I hate your stupid bracket. It's stupid."
No, maybe they liked his better than ours.
How do they get a hold of you?
I just want people to remember that I had a proper way of running the bracket, and it got usurped by my co-hosts. But yeah, they could send their complaints to oneupdan at twitter.com. No, they could
Stop
find me
it.
under username Dr. Sci-Fi on Twitter, Instagram, and my website, drsci-fi.com.
And Philip, what about you? If they wanted to say, "Hey, Cisco, no way."
Well, yeah, I mean, it's really Picard. We're just being nice, folks. But they can find me and congratulate me on using all correct sports ball terms for this whole episode at NC Public Servant.
And if they wanted to get a hold of me, they can find me on Twitter as well at @OneUpDan, and not Darren. Darren is not at. That's me. That's not Darren. That's the number one, not the word. All right, folks. We will catch you all next week.
I'm first round draft pick, Phillip Gilfus.
I'm the referee, Darren Moser.
Stranded here on SETI Alpha.
Kraken!
Guys, let's not skip a week again. It doesn't work. We
does
lose
not.
it. We lose
It makes
it.
us all loopy.